So the first question is, have you ever experienced bullying?
When I was young, ages ago, yeah.
I've got kind of a question that sounds like it should be obvious, but it can be a bit tricky on the spot. And it's, why is bullying wrong? Why is it immoral?
Why is bullying wrong?
Yeah.
You should treat people how you want to be treated, and no one wants to be treated like that.
I like that. I think it's like the golden rule, right? Yeah. Treat people how you want to be treated. I think that's a good rule to live by, I suppose. Yeah. Who would you say are vulnerable groups of people in our society?
Minority, maybe? Mainly.
Perhaps, yeah. I suppose that the way I see it is that we are different in many ways, and some people are more vulnerable. We could have different skin, different eye colour, but we're also similar in many ways. We all have the capacity to suffer. We all have a will to live. We all have desires. Do you think that animals are vulnerable to us?
Yes. Yeah.
So, like a dog, for example.
Yeah.
A dog. I can kind of do what I want with a dog to an extent. I have the power, the dominion over the animal.
Yeah.
If I was going to hurt a dog now, would you see that as unethical?
Of course, 100%. Dogs are, well, I don't know, it's a life, right? So you can't really do that.
We're saying that humans have moral value because they're conscious, they want to live, they suffer.
Yeah.
Would you say the same thing applies to a dog?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
If I was going to hurt a dog in front of you, would you try and stop me from doing that? Let's say I got a knife out to hurt the dog.
Definitely, yeah.
What if I told you it's my personal choice to hurt that dog?
Yeah, no. Say you don't have a choice for another living. So your choice may be for your belonging, but not from another living.
Right.
Yeah.
I get that. So I should have the choice to choose what I wear, like if I want to wear a blue t-shirt.
Yeah.
But when my choice hurts others, there's a problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you wouldn't accept me saying it's my choice?
No, definitely not.
What if it was a pig?
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's not nice to see that stuff. You might not think a pig has the same, like, I don't know, feelings or whatnot as a dog, but
do you think there is any moral difference between a pig and a dog?
No.
If I was going to eat the pig after I killed it, would it be morally acceptable to you? Gets a bit tricky now.
Well, I'm halal, so I don't eat pig.
Let's say a cow then.
A cow. It does get tricky then, but that's.
People have been hurting animals for years. It's always happened.
So that's not good excuse for me, because the thing is, I'm not responsible for that, but I may take action if it's in front of me. Sure.
Well, other animals hurt each other, other animals eat each other. Why should I care about another animal? I'm only an animal myself. What would you say to that?
No, the animal hurting each other, that's just like, that's nature. So that's totally different thing.
Yeah.
But if you're human hurting the animals, that's also different thing. So
because we understand right and wrong,
exactly.
And I guess other animals don't, like us.
Yeah.
It is tricky. Let's say if I told you I was going to get pleasure from eating the cow, would that be a good justification?
If you got pleasure from eating the cow, knowing that it's gotten, like, it was killed, then that's a bit sick.
Right.
But if you eat the cow, knowing that it's just meat, then it's different. But
so if I say I'm going to get pleasure from eating the animal, is that a good justification to kill the animal?
No. You're turning me vegan here.
Let's say if I swapped the dog with a pig, would you feel any differently? Would it still be wrong for me to kill the pig?
Yeah, to kill it for what reason?
Let's say I'm going to eat the pig then. If I eat the pig after.
I want to eat it?
Yeah.
To kill it for the purpose of eating it? Oh, that's just like, that's a reality. Just like pigs being eaten.
A lot of people talk about the way we treat animals, the way they're killed. Do you think that there is a humane or a good way to kill an animal?
Well, Muslims believe there's a certain way of slaughtering an animal that brings them no harm.
You know what that involves?
It involves the farmer, I guess, would be reading the Quran.
Yeah.
And then puts the animal to sleep. And then like slits the throat. Yeah.
Do you think that sounds ethical?
No.
We're responsible to kill the best ways possible. So it's still we are allowed to kill as a believer, and then there's nothing wrong with that.
I see that.
From my religion point of view.
So how is it that we would kill the animal in a good way? Like, what exactly would that mean?
Less suffering for the animal. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's less possible suffering for animals.
I guess there's three options. We could treat them really badly and kill them in a really horrible way. We could treat them well so they're happy and kill them as quickly as possible. Or we could just not kill them. Which of those options would you prefer personally? Which would be better for you?
The second one.
Really?
We would love to believe that whilst putting the animal to sleep, that it's like going through some sort of like, I don't know, hypnotism or something where the animal feels no pain whatsoever. But that's like me saying if you were sleeping and I cut your throat.
Right. Because it's kind of like the golden rule, like what you were saying. So,
it's not fair.
I mean, let's say we knew the animal was asleep, not feeling any pain, and then put the knife across the throat. Would that make it okay to kill?
No, because it's still a bee, and the animal could have gone about another, I don't know, 2, 4 years, 5 years.
Sure, yeah.
People there could survive without eating animals. Yes, of course, some people there, if you chosen to, but I don't see any point or any reason we're not allowed to eat those animals.
So you believe it should be a personal choice to eat animals?
Yes.
But I thought you said that our choice shouldn't impact on others. We shouldn't be allowed to hurt others.
Yeah, when you say others, as a human, but others also as an animal, yes. But there's a purpose there. So to eat to survive.
But not to survive, right? We don't eat to survive because we could eat something else.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're still allowed to eat them. So it's still there's a choice there.
Well, okay, so laying an egg. Is it still wrong to eat the egg even though it hasn't lived?
That's a good question, because I used to be a vegetarian and didn't think there would be any ethical issue with eggs whatsoever, or dairy. And I looked into it, and what you probably don't know is that when they're breeding the chickens, they only need the females, the hens, because they're the ones that lay the eggs, right? So the male chicks get put on this conveyor belt, and they fall into this grinder and get ground up while they're fully conscious. Does that change how you feel about eggs?
Yes, that does.
And the thing is, this is supply and demand. So when we buy a product, we're voting with our money.
We're supporting it.
Yeah, but if we don't know about what we're paying for, it's not really an informed choice.
My religious is allowing me to kill the animal to eat. From this
Smoking, yeah, I can smell it. Hey, I'm getting high. The Holy Scripture in the books, it was written in a time of necessity where we needed to eat animals, where we had to do it to survive. Whereas in today's world, and here in London and in the UK, it's a choice now. We don't have to hurt animals. So my question to you would be, do you think God would want us hurting his animals if we don't need to? His creation?
Yes, of course, no. Yeah, if you don't need to, yes.
In the dairy industry as well, the cow has to be pregnant to produce milk.
Pregnant?
Yeah, like a human.
I'm a midwife, don't say this.
So she's artificially inseminated with bull semen. She's pregnant for 9 months. And when her baby's born, the calf wants to drink her mother's milk, but we want to take it all. So we separate them, and this creates a lot of stress for both the mother and the calf because they have an innate bond.
Yeah.
Do you think there's good alternatives to things like milk now?
There is. There's almond milk, there's oat milk, there's so much alternatives that you don't actually need these things anymore. It's 2019 now, everyone can be vegan and live happily. So yeah.
And you know, veganism's risen by 360% in the last 10 years in the UK.
Yeah, I know, I've heard,
I think that we should have the freedom to choose, but I think our personal choice ends when there's a victim. And our personal choice shouldn't harm.
Victim.
Yes.
The animal is a victim.
If I had a dog here and I was hurting the dog, would the dog be a victim? If I was beating a dog?
In that way, yes. But you can't just say victim as someone eating to be survived. No.
But okay, if we have to survive, then that's fair enough. But I'm saying if today in the UK, London, we don't.
No. What about the question about what about the animal eating animal? They are victims.
Does the animal need to eat animals to survive?
Yes.
Do we?
No, the animal need animal
Yeah.
to eat. Yeah,
But
each other.
we don't. Also, surely we shouldn't get our morality and behaviour from what other animals do to each other.
No, we don't get that. No, of course not.
So do you think it's relevant that other animals eat other animals? It's what we should do. It all depends on the individual, right? It's the same with clothing.
Yeah.
Whatever we buy, we support the industry. So if
Yeah.
you don't like what's happening to those chickens or those cows, you can make a positive difference by boycotting the products.
Yeah.
And directly, we affect how many animals they breed.
Yeah.
So the way I like to think about it is that there's so many messed up things happening in the world, but this is one thing that we can change because it's only happening because of us, right?
Yeah, true, yeah.
Would you rather live in a vegan world?
Yes. Yeah, I don't see any problem in it.
Whatever God tell us to do, that's the right thing. Okay.
Is
So
it
we're
Islam?
allowed- Islam,
Yeah.
yes. We're allowed to eat animals. It's like that's acceptable. So that means there's a creator allow us to do that. That's a perfect thing to do.
Is it compulsory with the religion? Could you be
Not
a vegan
compulsory,
Muslim?
No.
So you could be a vegan Muslim,
Yes, exactly. Yes, of course.
and then less animals would be getting hurt.
But yes, but if that you aim, yes.
Do you think that being vegan would be more in line with your own morals and who you want to be as a person?
100%. If I live by the rule of treat people how you want to be treated, or treat any being how you want to be treated, then it's only right if I live by those rules entirely. So, yeah.
If you could live a life for the rest of your life where you're harming humans, animals, or neither,
Yeah.
which would you want to choose and which would be more in line with your values?
Neither. 100% neither.
Do you think that being vegan would be closer to that goal?
It would definitely be close to that.
Awesome.
You have inspired me.
Oh, thank you. That's what I'm aiming to do. So do you see yourself then as leaving here and being vegan in the future one day?
100%, yeah.
Amazing.
Definitely.